I don't know how to start this. So basically life has flipped upside down completely. Like not just upside down, but everywhere I thought my future was going is just like, I don't know what it is at this point. And I'm like losing so much of myself. I've stopped reading for a while. I was struggling to read during the midst of arguments that started the end of May and went through June, and I started like 5 books to try to take my mind off it, and nothing was helping. And I even started rereading my favorite book and picking up the next book in my other favorite series, and in the middle of both of those is when just like everything stopped. And I'm just you know, like, I've been heartbroken before, I think, but this is just like, I wouldn't wish this feeling on anyone, especially when 2 people still love each other. You know, it's not like you exhausted everything you could have done for the situation, or 2 people love each other and they're together and they're best friends and then they're not. And it's like losing a part of yourself, and it's like losing your favorite part of yourself. So, you know, just like on top of like losing that and what I thought my future was going to be, I haven't really been like communicating with my friends because just like there was some tension there. I lost my job. My relationship got like pretty screwed up, and all this was happening like at the exact same time. And it's been weeks at this point that everything kind of just stopped, like ended. And I'm in that like clearer headspace, and I've been going to therapy and stuff, but it's like I'm trying to decide if like, it sounds so stupid and it sounds so juvenile, but the idea of like not reading, it's like I don't want to. And I don't want to write, but reading and writing is just such a significant part of my life. Like, it's like who I am as an adult. Books have just been that for me. Because I've always lived in my imagination because it was always better. So like finding books as an adult was just amazing. And then for the last 2 years, I've preferred my real life over imagination because it was like amazing and it was beautiful. But I don't know if I want. I'm just scared to lose that part of myself, but it's just all I read about is love and magic, and it's like, how do you read about it when it just doesn't exist anymore? So I'm just struggling with all of that. But I don't think I want to lose that. Because what if one day I can't read? Something happens, or you lose your focus, or you lose your eyesight or something. Like, what happened? Like, and I missed out on all this time of reading because I love it, and it's like such a prominent part of my life. And I've already lost the other prominent thing in my life, so I don't think I want to lose this, but I also just have no interest in it right now. And no motivation for it. I'm much better now than I have been before. I couldn't watch anything on the TV, like with couples or love or anything, or with families in it, because I was scared that I wouldn't have a family anymore, and I don't know if that's in the cards for me, but that's quite frankly not my problem right now. I can't keep going in those thoughts. So I feel like, I don't know. I'm scared to lose this part of myself, and I think I want to spend this week trying to get back into reading. I've also just been scared to sit in silence, because I like to not complete silence all the time, but like when I read, I don't want to be distracted by like whatever. And I haven't been in any kind of silence for almost 2 months because my brain was going too far. So I have had the TV on or something on or anything, so I wasn't left alone with my thoughts. And I'm just rambling at this point, but I think I just want to spend this week trying to get back into reading. And I didn't read a lot as a kid, but maybe I start with young books again, because I didn't read them as a kid. So maybe I start there, because I don't have to worry about romance or soulmates or all that BS. And I was struggling to read when everything was happening, because it's just like, how do I read about stuff that I don't believe in anymore? Like love and soulmates. But the problem is I do believe in it. And I had it. So I know it's out there. And at this point, it just makes me sad. So I don't really want to read any like romance or but I don't want to read, but I want to read, if that makes sense. I want some familiar, I can't say that word. I am losing control of everything in my life. And everything that was important to me. And some of that was at the hands of myself and other people. But this is mine. This is mine. The only issue is it's like I was in the middle of reading this so I could read the sequel, because that is my favorite book of all time. That's what made me believe in soulmates. But the problem is I associate someone to that book now, because he was my soulmate. And I even have a copy back there that I got him and had been annotating. There's so much, like, his stuff is still over the house, and it's just like really difficult to go through something like this and know that your best friend is still on the world, but you can't talk to them, even if what you need to talk about is how they made you feel. Like, you just want to talk to your best friend when something happens or you have a bad day, and like knowing they're out there and you can't talk to them, that is just like, I wouldn't wish that. I don't have a lot of young reader books. I have some picture books, but I mean, that would take me 10 minutes, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want to read, I want to escape, but I also, it's like the second any book brings up love or falling into it, I'm just like, I just don't want to read this. So I'm like, why not just read kids books or young reader books? So stupid. I'm gonna go back and watch those and just be like, you're an effing idiot. And I'm only recording it. I don't even know if I'll post it. I'm just recording it because it seems like every time I try to get back into the swing of recording, something happens and I go into just like the lowest point of my life. And I don't want to always associate that with my videos. Or I think this, like, even if nobody watches it, it's fine. I mean, I literally have like 5 subscribers, but like I go back and watch my videos years later. I go back and watch them. And I think maybe seeing that growth and keeping up book videos, hopefully, but maybe also doing some video diaries might be helpful. Because I like recording and I like reading and I want to be able to do something I like. It's just like I associate everything to someone else now, and it's just like difficult. I have a couple young readers books here. Ironically, I just got this one. James and the Giant Peach. I got it for Kevin because he said he really liked this book when he was a kid, or It's just one that he remembers from his childhood, so I got it. And I never got to give it to him. Maybe I guess I can just put it in the box full of his stuff. The Scratch and Sniff edition. I never read this as a kid. I've never read any of these books, and I might read it. Maybe. And I'm not gonna like sit and talk about it. It's not anybody's business but mine. It doesn't need to really be on the internet. It just, again, it wasn't two people that fell out of love or a relationship that was nasty and toxic. It was actually the opposite. It was just a bad fight, and it's just like you lose everything and you lose your best friend. I also have like 2 other young readers books, and then I have some graphic novels that I can read, and I got like a young adult book. I think there's a little bit of romance in it, but I'm gonna see the progress I'm making on that because I've been able to start watching some TV. Oh gosh, this is just like so pitiful. It's just like, how do you go from talking about getting married this summer to breaking up? And then you're just supposed to be okay. You're supposed to just go on with your life. Like you weren't planning an entire future with someone. Might try to watch some book videos on YouTube, because that always makes me want to record and want to read, but I don't know. This is probably, like, sitting down and doing this, I've been recording for 15 minutes already. This is probably the longest that I've, like, sat alone and in silence in almost 2 months. Record the second night and last night, but the second night that I sat down to read, I finished James and the Giant Peach. Cute. So now I guess I can put that in Kevin's stuff to send eventually, I guess, even though I don't want to. And then on Wednesday night I read the first book in the Adventure Zone. I have all of them. Like, the 6th one just came out and I have it, and it was good. I actually really liked it. I might pick up the second one because I don't know if I want to pick up a full book again. And technically I'm in the middle of 8 books. But again, I don't really want to pick up some of those because this is my favorite book in the world, and the second book in the series made me believe in soulmates. And how do you, like, not read your favorite book? Like, I started reading this again in the first place because I was feeling down and I wanted to feel comfort, and then, you know, stuff happens. And then I'm in the middle of another video where I'm reading my YouTuber's favorite books, which was supposed to be filmed over the course of a couple months, and it has now been a couple months and I just haven't finished it. But again, romance books. I will say I've been working on my Zodiac Academy reading challenge, the one I'm creating, and so looking up a bunch of stuff from the book and kind of going back to the first book and stuff has like really been making me want to read it again. And I started the 5th book about a month and a half ago. No, yeah, it's been like a month and a half, 2 months now. And I've been wanting to pick it back up, but I'm scared, I guess, because there is romance. Like that book, I love that book so much, and one of the relationships in it so much that it has rivaled this book at times for me. So I really want to read it, but I'm also just like really scared to read it. So I can either pick up a whole nother new book. I'm just in the middle of so many, but I'm trying not to beat myself up about not continuing those on because I picked them up at certain times and now I'm not in that mindset. So I might read the second Adventure Zone today. This book is like really funny. Yeah, so I might pick up the second Adventure Zone. And then if I still want to read later today, maybe pick up that other book I got about the tarot stuff. Or I mean, I've already started Zodiac Academy. It's not like I'm starting it, so I might just like read a chapter or two in that and kind of see. And then I also have this book that I went and got. It's the Dungeon Club. It's the second book in the Dungeon Club series, which I really liked the first one. I actually vividly remember reading it on the floor. Me and Kev had set up like a blanket to do like a picnic and watch movies and stuff, and so I read that book while he was running or doing something, and I remember him coming home and me talking about how much I liked that book, which is another reason why I've put off reading this one. So that's my goal today, and to do some dishes. But I have been riding my bike, and I've been door dashing, so I've been getting out of the house a little bit this week. My stationary bike, and then driving for DoorDash. But yeah, my goal is to at least pick up the second book in the Adventure Zone and read that. But so far, yes, they're small books and they're graphic novels. Well, small book graphic novel. I've read 2 this week. So I've read a little bit. It's just not... Oh, and also, of course, I get my heart broken, and The Sims 4 comes out with an expansion pack all about love and dating. And I swore, even though I pre-ordered it, I tried canceling it because I'm like, I'm not going to play that for a long time. I can't do it. And then naturally, it wouldn't let me cancel it, and it was on an auto download. But it's on Kevin's page, so I don't even know how long I'll be able to play it before I'm bumped off that, but... naturally, it auto-downloaded and I played it last night. And it just was making me kind of sad. But I will probably play Sims today too. That's my update for now. This is so boring. My house also looks really crazy right now. I have a bike in the living room, a giant box because we got an automatic litter box. Finally, for these rapscallions. And it's just really, it's like 9 a.m. and it's super dark outside. So, I don't know if I'm going to DoorDash today. I don't know if I just don't know if I feel like it. But yeah, I made a lot of progress on my Zodiac Academy reading challenge. And I'm excited to go deeper into it and then share it. And I think it'll be a good time. Hopefully it gets some traction. And, yeah. Okay, today is Monday, so it's been a week, and I'm going to end this video here and start the next week of trying to get back into reading today, because I've picked back up Zodiac Academy. Are you okay?
so funny.
So I picked up All Our Hidden Gifts thinking it was a young adult book, thinking that it was gay. Is that not, that's not an appropriate term, but the word I'm thinking, I don't know if it's right, so I don't know if the word, that's not what I was supposed to say. Sapphic. Is it sapphic what I'm thinking of? I don't have a brain right now. I thought the main character was gay, so I was like, cool, don't have to deal with men. And it was young adult, so it wasn't going to be anything too bad, and it was, going to fly through it, hopefully. Sounded so interesting, was so there for it. Started it today. She's not gay, and she's in Ireland, so closed this one for now. Still excited about it. However, I am in the middle of so many books for personal reading and other videos I had been working on that I'm struggling with picking up another book, even though what I want to read is not any of what I'm reading. However, I did just decide to pick back up in Zodiac Academy, the 5th one. And I'm going to read that, which is obviously heavily romance. So I guess that's a step. It's a step. I'm reading romance and one of my favorite books. So it's a step. And in my defense, I have a foundation for these books. I'm not starting off, people falling in love in this love story and it's like wrapped up in a pretty little bow. Like, that's not how Zodiac Academy works, but also it's 5 books in. So it's established. I know, blah, blah. And I love these books and it's easy to escape in them. So I'm picking back up with Zodiac Academy right now. And yeah, so it is Monday. I'm going to start a whole nother video in a minute and edit this one, maybe tonight or so. But yeah, I didn't end up reading that much over the weekend. Ended up having like a really weird weekend, actually. I don't even know if I should talk about it. It was just like this whole back and forth thing, and it was a little emotional this weekend, but yeah. Still not feeling great, obviously, about everything and all of this. But I have been reading a little this week, and it's not like my normal reading, and it's not exactly what I want to be. I mean, like, I want to read what I've read, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I obviously love reading about love, so it's hard, and all of my books are about love, so it's hard to kind of, and when you're in love with someone, no matter what you read, and no matter what it's about, you will associate everything to them because they're everything to you. So, that being said, so I did end up starting and finishing 3 books. I read James and the Giant Peach, and then I read the first Adventure Zone and then the second Adventure Zone. So I completed 3, and then even though the video was supposed to end today and then restart today, I did pick up where I left off in the 5th Zodiac Academy. So that's where the next video will pick up. And I'm just gonna, I'd gone back and forth because I've never been heartbroken like this, or like completely, I've just never been here before. And, a big part of me was like, just isolate. And I am isolated. That's just what I do sometimes. But I also love making videos. And I'd even thought about like documenting stuff. But then it was like, I was way too emotional when everything first happened to even think about that. And now it's been far enough that I'm like, I don't think that is, I don't. But anyway, it is a reading channel. I like to read. So I'm just going to document me trying to fall back in love with reading. Because I don't think I want to lose that part of me. It's just a little difficult when you loved reading, when there was nothing else to love. And then it becomes such a big part of you, and then people throw it in your face, even people that you had feelings for throw it in your face and tell you like, oh, it's not realistic, blah, blah, blah. And then one day you meet someone that suddenly makes it all feel realistic. and that you are worth the things that happen in books. So it's a little hard. Even though reading is such a huge part of me, it's a little hard to be doing it right now, I guess. Because I do, as much as I said in the beginning of all this that I don't believe in love, I do believe in love. I mean, I have to believe in it because I love. But hey, what I did learn from this is like grand gestures do not work in real life the way they do in books. So, anyway, I'll be back to start this week's video later tonight. Made progress though. I read some books, even though they were kids' book and some graphic novels, which I do enjoy. They're just not the main thing of my reading. I did read, and that was my goal this week, was to read a little bit. So